Speaking of gigs, I had two, count them, dos de, I don't know how do you say two in Italian?
I think it's very similar to Spanish. Probably dos, but like doso.
Dosi do. Yeah, pizza dough. Either way, I'll give you these two. Tell me what you think about this. First one, this is out of a John Hughes film. Battery Park, no microphone. You know, there's 20 people there spread out to hell. It's in the middle of it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. There's music playing. There's birds chirping. There's kids queefing. It's not ideal, but we got some Tuesdays there. Now, there's a kid's birthday party, catty corner to the comedy show, quote unquote, if you can call it that. And I'm going up there. I'm bombing. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. This kid climbs a tree behind me, gets up in the tree, and starts trashing me from the tree.
Wow. How old is the kid?
I'm thinking 9, 10, 8. I don't know.
Wow.
I'm not an Epstein, but this kid was young, and he was angry, and he was funny.
Wow. What are some of his lines? I mean, what's he saying? Is it Jerry Dingleberry, or what's going on there?
I was in Poughkeepsie that day. He wasn't. Bullshit. He was lying. He didn't go anywhere. You know, trains are down or whatever. It's a pandemic. You got to quarantine. I mean, he was on.
Oh, jeez. And what did you think about throwing anything at him? Did you have any zingers, any quips?
Well, that's the clinker. I mean, I want to trash this kid. I hope he falls out of the tree and breaks his arm and, gets a cavity. But his parents are there giggling. All the audience loved him because he's a cute kid in a tree heckling a grown-up. I mean, it was cute. I had to give it to him. He's got a slingshot in his back pocket, a hat with a propeller. He's holding a big lollipop. I mean, it was classic. And at one point, he keeps trashing me, and I go, all right, well, we all know you're adopted. And everybody goes, jeez. And I'm like, what do you mean, You turning on me? This kid's ruining my life.
Are you sure it wasn't Veter? It sounds like this might have been Gary kind of teasing you a little bit.
I wish. This kid was tiny. He was a little twerp. He had skin knees and a baseball glove and overalls and a straw hat with a weed coming out of his teeth. He was Dennis the Menace.
Did you say, hey, where'd you get the skin knees? Were you sucking dick in the park, you fucking homo? That's what I would have gone with.
I should have, but I started to try to ignore him, and I went right into my porn stuff. And then I would use him when the joke would bomb. I'd go, you know what I'm talking about? And he was like, I don't know. What is a cock ring? And I'm like, exactly. Shut the hell up. I hope your dad dies.
Oh, jeez. I mean, that sounds brutal, but pretty hilarious. I mean, that's the problem with these park things is there's no doormen or doorwomen. And I think part of this is 2021 or whatever the fuck year it is, 21st century, whatever.
Yeah.
Is this idea that, you know, kids are right and fat people are smart and, you know, the more genders, the better.
Right.
And I don't want to sound like an old, what do they call them, boomer or Republican, obviously. But the idea, this kid, they should have cut down the tree with the kid still in it and dragged him off and let him die in the sewers.
I agree. He was building a treehouse up there. He had a rope ladder, and this kid, he owned me. I mean, he had an elevated level of attack, and I've got no microphone. I'm on my hands and knees going, shut up. I wish you got aborted. I'm trying to be funny. He doesn't know what even that means. And the crowd loved it, but I was miserable.
Yeah, I don't like that kid one bit, and hopefully something terrible happens to him or his siblings soon.
Well, and that's the other thing is you try to trash a kid, and his parents are right there, and I was like, well, you know, mom and dad are going to get a divorce, and they were like, Jesus Christ. I was like, sorry, I'm trying to get through this.
Right.
Yeah, so